I freaking love this song. It's real good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just let it keep going there. Hello, everyone. This is Quiversee, and welcome to Return of the Obra Dinn. I do not know much of anything about this game, but I picked it up one day a few years back for the explicit reason of it had a really good-looking art style, as I think is very obvious. I have never played it, though. But I've looked at like the Steam page and stuff like that, and basically what I've been able to gather is that this is some kind of like investigative game, and it's kind of similar in the vein of like Tunic or Animal Well and other such games in that every single person that I've seen talk about this game says the same thing: experience it blind as a bat. Basically, it's one of those games where it's like you want to only it's best experienced completely fresh and blind. So with that being said, if at any point you feel like you want to experience this game for yourself and haven't played it, I would recommend doing so before watching anything. But without any further ado, I think it's high time for me to experience it. Now, technically, I did already start a teeny bit of it, by which I mean like the first minute, and then I realized that I wasn't recording my audio, so I decided to reset. But I did delete the file, it doesn't really matter. So the very beginning here, I've seen. Lost at sea in 1803, the good ship the Obra Dinn, built 1796 in London, 800 tons, 18 feet draft. Captain R. Witterell, a crew of 51 men. Last voyage to Orient, Cape Rendezvous unmet. Contact East India London office for inquiries or testimony. And from the Honorable East India Company, attention to the Chief Inspector, Insurance and Claims London office. The Obra Dinn has returned. Dispatch to Falmouth immediately and prepare a full assessment. Currently, I am under the assumption that we are the Chief Inspector. Falmouth, England in 1807.
Company man woke me up. Said you'd need ferry to the Obra Dinn. Not many eager for that job. Seems a bit late if you ask.
I didn't.
Ooh!
What's in the box?
I don't know. Hoist it up in a few minutes.
Hey!
What?
How?
Carefully.
Okay, I gotta point something out. That cutscene that just played, Mr. Grizzled Old Beard Man here, unchanged. But the person we're in control of was definitely not a lady. We were in control of a dude before. And I didn't change any settings afterwards. All I've changed was the audio volume, and in case you're curious, monitor is an interesting one. It changes the color scheme of the game. But I decided to just leave it on Macintosh, which is the default. I also never looked at output. Smooth? Sharp. Oh, I don't like that. I like that even less. I'll leave it on smooth. Although I am curious what it looks like in game. Oh. Interesting. But yeah, this is more or less about as far as I got. I think I'm gonna leave it back on its back on its default. But yeah, this is about as far as I got before I realized something was wrong. So there's a sparkly thing out in the ocean. I have no idea how to get to it. And I'm not sure what all I can really interact with aside from a couple of doors up here. Also, there's a dead guy. He's just kind of there. Now, what's up here? I never did go up here. Another view of Mr. Sparkly. So far, I don't seem to be able to interact with any of this. But we can open this door. There is, of course, a nothing in here. There we go.
Oi! It's too heavy!
And that's literally all I've seen. Up until he says it's too heavy. So let's see what happens when I go and help him out.
It's too heavy. Take it yourself or open it here.
What's inside the box? It's a book. I did see that in the controls there is an open book option, so... Let's see what we got. Return of the Obra Dinn, a catalogue of adventure and tragedy, 1807. I trust that you now find yourself aboard the Obra Dinn. I expected this day to come, and my every intention was to tell the ship's strange tale within the pages of this book. Regretfully, failing health has allowed me to produce only the basic outline that follows. Your presence on the Obra Dinn is critical. I leave the discovery of its fate and the completion of this book in your hands. The next few pages will seem bewildering at first. All will make sense in time. Use the pocketwatch to determine the identity and fate of everyone aboard. Complete each chapter accurately, and return the book by guaranteed post to the French Office of Affairs in Morocco. The bargain chapter will remain unknown to you. I possess the details within, but I've elected to keep them private for now. Henry Evans. So we're to learn their fates through time travel? Oh. So there's... Contents are the journey, the ship, the crew, life at sea, the glossary, and the back cover. And the chapters are loose cargo, a bitter cold, murder, the calling, unholy captives, soldiers of the sea, the doom, bargain, escape, and the end. Oh. Ah! Oh. What? I can open a map? Okay. I don't appear to be able to do anything with this magnifying glass dealy, but, I am intrigued. Same goes for the ship. So there's the main deck, the gun deck, the orlop deck, never heard of that, and the cargo hold. Interesting. The crew. Oh, we have names of all the crewmates. Complete with their country of origin and their duty. Who is Robert Witcher? Oh, okay, no, I'm not ready for that. Sketches of life aboard the Obra Dinn. Oh my. ES. I guess that's the initials of the artist. So we're gonna have to learn the fates of all of these people. Chapter 1. Chapter 1. Pushing the wrong button. Loose cargo. Cargo on the deck. A bitter cold. Nothing. On the orlop deck. Murder. Outside the first mate's window. The calling. Unholy captives. On the cargo deck. Soldiers of the sea. In the port walk and on the cargo deck. The doom on the bow. And on the gun deck. And inside the captain's quarters. Bargain. This chapter will remain on until you leave the ship and return the book to me. Neat. In the lazarette. Interesting. I'm kind of surprised that it seems like returning the book is supposed to be like the end goal. Oh my. So I'm kind of surprised that that's not the last chapter. Oh, this tells us what the roles are. Okay, so the captain is the head officer command of the ship, responsible for directing the other officers and ensuring the success and safety of the ship's voyage. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. All right, what's the orlop? Mid-deck, above the lowest deck, containing storage, cabins, animal pens, and the steering tiller. Interesting. The gun deck, of course, holds the guns. Main deck is the top, exposed to the weather. The rigging is, of course, yep, network of rope chains supporting the mast and the sails. What's the topman? Higher rated seaman specializing work above the deck in the sails and the rigging. Let me guess, a midshipman works in like the gun and orlop? Assist various officers and tradesmen in order to learn ship operations, usually of privileged status. Ah, okay. What's the bosun? Oh, they're the boatswain. Okay. Pullman in charge of the general crew operations. Got it. And the purser? Money? Accountants for all cargo, trade, yeah, okay. So they're basically the treasurer. Understood. So what's this? I don't know. Tab, open and close book, Hughes table of contents. Understood. Okay. I am already invested. Memento mortem. Remember death. I guess we have no further words with Mr. Boatman. Well, we have a pocket watch, and it's all about remembering death. I suppose this is as good a place as any to start.
Captain! Open the door! Kick it in. Ah! Lest we break it down and take more than those shells!
Ooh.
You bastards may take exactly what I give you!
Oh! Okay. So this is the captain. The guy that we were just in charge of was shot by the captain and killed. So we're seeing his final moments? Is there anything else of worth up here? Can't really see beyond the stern. Oh, there's another guy up here with a knife in his mouth. So it looks like he was part of an attempted mutiny. He himself was wielding an axe, clearly attempting to break down the door. And I can't help but notice that he is dressed in better clothes than what is going on. Okay. Whoa! Wait, this is in the end? What a way to start! Outside the captain's quarters. Who is this and how did they die? This unknown soul. I don't know who he is, but I know for a fact that he was shot with a gun. By the captain. But who is he? This person's face appears blurred throughout the book, indicates you don't yet have sufficient information to determine their identity. Their fate may be known and can be entered now. Trying to name them while their face is blurred would be unproductive. Carry on and pay attention. Faces will become unblurred when the information necessary to identify them is revealed in some way. Okay. Captain, open the door, kick it in. Lest we break it down and take more than yourselves, you may take exactly what I give you. I think that the X symbol here is meant to indicate that this line is being spoken by the person who we are trying to identify. It is spoken by this person. The location of the corpse is right here on the main deck. So this was the captain's quarters. Okay. Others were present. Your face isn't blurred. Memories where this person appears can be navigated from here. This all appears in one memory. First memory. Whoa! Bookmark all memories where they appear for quicker navigation. This person's face is no longer blurred, which means they can now be identified. Use the book and pocket watch to gather enough information to deduce their identity. Revisit memories on the ship using the pocket watch to study relationships, appearances, and activities. Use the book maps, crew manifest, and artist sketches, along with individual I hit the button too fast. There were 60 people on the ship when it left England. Determining everyone's identity and fate will not be easy. Decisive information is rare. You will have to make assumptions using partial information. Some identities may only be revealed through a process of elimination. Good luck. This is the craziest game of Guess Who I've ever played. So, okay, hold on. Let me back this up. You are the one who was shot. I don't know who you were. Are you the captain? I'm going to say you're the captain. And it doesn't tell me if I'm right or wrong. All it's telling me is that I can know who it is. Hang on. I want to take another look at the memo. Wait. I want to see this. Okay. No, wait. Oh, wait, no, he does have a mustache. So, right now, he doesn't have anything on but his pants. But this is his quarters. This is the captain's quarters, so that makes sense. He could have easily been interrupted while he was, like, you know, lounging in bed or something. Although, looks like he might have had a bit of a scuffle in there beforehand. Is this the way out? Okay. That was interesting, and this door is now open. Oh my. Okay, so doing that opened another path. This is gonna be a heck of a trip. I can't open that door. I've deduced that if it has an X, it can't be opened. So I've got 2 more corpses in here. This is presumably of the captain. How did you die?
Where are they? Must be in here someplace.
They're at the bottom of the sea.
That's a lie.
Oh dear. Okay, so there's the captain again. I'm assuming anyway. This is the guy we were actually in command of. Looks like he just got knifed across the face. But I'm not sure who is saying what. And what is going on with you? Wait, this is the same guy who was climbing up the stair. Okay. I understand. So this is happening just after he shot this guy. Yeah, and there he is down on the ground. So this was the guy that was with him. He ran in and tried to attack the captain, who then fought back. But meanwhile, there was another assailant coming down. All right, let's take a peek in the book. I am already extremely invested in this. Okay, so first let's just take a look. Nothing really there. Others were present. Yup. We have confirmed that that is the same person who I am referring to as the captain. And I think this is the other assailant. We still don't know who that is, and we still don't know, like, who this guy truly is. But we do know... I like how alive is an option. Knifed! You were knifed by the captain. Okay. I think that's all we're going to get out of this corpse. For now, anyway. Then this must be the other assailant. Either that or this is the captain. captain's got some moves. So it looks like the captain got knifed by the guy, who then got clocked. Who is this? Whoa. Oh, interesting. So if I zoom in on someone, I can see who they are in the sketch. Yeah. That is a cool feature. All right, we're going back into the book, I guess. Worth noting, I'm not telling it to do that. It just does that after a bit. The, like, iris in thing. Who is this? And how did they die? Well, I only know that he was clubbed by the captain. Captain's got a heck of a body count. Not that I blame him, considering the fact that he's, you know, defending himself. Although, as to why he is being attacked in the first place, who can say? Doesn't appear to be much else up here, although I can't help but notice this, like, cage dealy dangling off the side. I think we saw a broken one of those in the real world. So I am intrigued. There's 2 more corpses. All right, let's see what's going on with this one.
Abigail, your brother, my friend. I shot him dead. I'll be with you soon, my love.
Oh no! Oh no!
Please forgive me for everything.
Don't do it! Yeah, okay. No, that's what I thought. And let me guess, you're the captain. Yup, that's the captain. Okay, well... I suppose I have to wait for it to do its thing before anything else. But I did learn something from that, gruesome scene. Also, can I open... No, I can't interact with the past. But he's talking to someone named Abigail. That's her. And based on the fact that he just, did that to himself, we can assume that she is already dead. He also said that he shot her brother, so that's who this is. Time to do a little bit of actual deduction. No one else was present. No, the captain did not meet an unknown fate. We know what happened. He was shot by a gun. Wait, can I not? Enemy and beast. Interesting. Is self not an option? Oh, there it is. Is it going to tell me? This may or may not be correct. Fates are validated in sets of 3. Correctly identify at least 3 people, and their fates have to have the information type set into the book. I do like that. Okay. But now... No, hang on. How do I... Q. Life at sea. Sketch. Yeah, it's you, because you're not blurry. You're not blurry. So you must be Abigail Hoskett Whitrow. Robert Whitrow. Abigail Whitrow. Hoskett Whitrow. Okay. Abigail was the captain's wife. And her brother is going to be a Hoskett. Because that was her maiden name was Hoskett. That's what that tells me. Okay, hold on. Let's go back here. Go to the end. Come on. Here we go. You. Yeah, you're no longer... Yep. William Hoskett. Shot with a gun by Captain Whitrow. So that means we have established 2 complete fates. But these are only done in sets of 3. I don't know what just happened there. Oh, those are all of the people for the end. So the end is already finished, except for determining who Tweedledee and Tweedledum are. But if we can discern one more fate, we might yet be able to learn some truth. Oh no! Oh no! There was a kraken? Oh jeez. So she was clubbed by a beast, I think is gonna be the correct answer there. There's a lot of people here. That is a really good depiction of absolute terror. I'm not going to be able to discern a lot of these folks. Although you're not blurred. Neither are you. But you are. Wait, why are those 2 not blurred? You're not blurred either. Am I crazy? I shouldn't be able to ID all these people. I shouldn't be able to ID all these people. Not yet. The Doom. Fitting title for a kraken. The corpse was moved post-mortem. 10 others were present. Abigail Hoskett Whitrow was clubbed by a beast. Well done! 3 fates correct! And now it's hard pasted in. I love how it's being done in time to the music. Oh dear. So that's what that is. That's our fate counter. Yep. All right, hold the phone though. You 2 are not blurred. Who else is not blurred? You're not blurred. You're not blurred. So there's 3 folks here I should be able to ID. 4 folks, rather. All right, well, let's, Oh. This is a deduction rating. A higher rating means it'll be more difficult to deduce this person's identity. Focus on the easily deduced identities first and leave the more difficult ones for later. Don't tell me what to do. Okay. So the first piece of information we have here is that it is a female. We're looking at a lady. That eliminates a lot of people. So I don't think it's Nunzio Pasqua, but I can't say for sure. It could be Emily. It could be Jane Bird. I don't think it's any of these Asian-looking names. Oh man, these are like straight up Chinese. I'm also just trying to think about it in like the mind of the time frame, as it were. So I think that these two women have to be Emily Jackson and Miss Jane Bird. They don't look like they are members like of the crew based on their outfits. And judging by that and the naming, I'm going to deduce that this is Miss Emily Jackson and this is Miss Jane Bird. The reason specifically being that I feel like the Miss in front of her name is made as like an honorific, and she looks like she might be a bit older, because I think this is supposed to indicate like graying hair, maybe? I don't know. It's a little bit of a stretch. But thinking about it in the lens of the time frame that this is set in, the early 1800s, I don't think it's that unreasonable. Bald Man here is in charge of steering the ship, it looks like. So I'm going to say this might be Finley Dalton, the helmsman. If that's wrong, then it's an easy one to correct. But him holding onto the wheel there is telling me that. Now, what about Grizzlebeard? I want to take a look at him. Is it you? Are you Grizzle? No. Who are you? I don't know who you are. Oh, dear, I just noticed that you're half a man. Okay, nope. You're one of the assailants, I think. You got a fancy hat. Whoa! Wait. Oh, dear. I can go into another layer. Well, no time like the further past. What? Follow that ghost! I accidentally undid it for a second. Oh my! Well! Who are you? No idea who you are. You? I'm actually getting an idea on what your job might be, but I still don't know who you are in particular. You? No idea. But you were throwing a gun. I apparently can identify him now. That's another one of the assailants doing his thing. Another blurred face. But yeah, I have a feeling that there was some kind of like animal cargo thing going on, and this guy was in charge of it. Like, I'm getting like zoo vibes from him. So, how would I phrase this guy? How would I phrase his death? Because I guess I'll go with crushed by a beast. But the question is, who is he? And how can I identify him? He's drinking something. He looks kind of grizzled. He's got a lot of tattoos on him. But that doesn't really tell me anything. How can I identify him? Interesting. Okay. I have a feeling that the first thing I need to be able to figure out about him is his country of origin. I don't really know. Can I take a look? I want to take another look at him. Yeah, I don't know if this counts as being crushed, considering he was literally split in half. He wasn't really decapitated, that's for sure. I want to say that he's not from England or America. I feel like he's not from a European country. Is he a Zungisati? I don't think he's Zungisati. I'm not even familiar with the country of Formosa. He's definitely not Chinese, I don't think. Omegool? I guess he could be Persian. He could be Renfred Rajub, or Abraham Akbar, or William Wasson, or Solomon Syed. I don't know. I'm looking at him and I'm getting like an Indian vibe, and I can't really explain why. Maybe it's the tattoos? I don't know. Let's call it a hunch. It's a level 2 deduction, which means it's meant to be not as hard as the two women, which I honestly think is relatively straightforward. But this guy, he's got to be one of the stewards, right? Hang on, let me go back to this. What does it specifically say about the stewards? Servant to an officer or higher rated crew member performing general duties for the comfort of their employer. I might need to put that one on pause. But I did find another guy. Where is this ghost going? Right there. This is already an engaging tale, and I love how it's being told. I'm going to do one more, and then I think I'm going to stop for a bit, because I've been going for a bit. Oh dear. Is this the guy that... Oh no, there he is. Well, I know how he died. Death by explosion. Okay, this is the guy that I was trying to figure out before, and he appears to be holding a sword. Okay, we've seen him before. He was in the... Okay. Here's a hint. He was in the mid-deck. As was this guy. They were in the mid-deck. That might give us a clue as to what their duties are. But let's at least get what we got here put to paper, shall we? I might not know who this is, but they exploded. While I'm here, let's go to the glossary again real quick. What does it say about the... Oh, wait. Maybe I have to go to the ship first. So, the gun deck is the second deck. So, that means that they were here. It is nighttime, which tells me that the people that were coming up with the hats on, they have to be either midshipmen, stewards, the first mate, third mate, the second mate, the fourth mate, the bosun, or the bosunettes. One of those. I don't think that they would have fit in any of these. And obviously the cargo hold is the cargo. But what about up here? I do like how it adds all the other memories and such. I'm trying to figure out this dude with tattoos. I'm still not sure who that guy is. And unfortunately, I still don't really have much of a clue. I also do not appear to be able to activate my pocket watch in here again, so I do not think I have the power to summon another ghost, which is fine. But I can now go into a lower deck, with which there are more things for me to find. Well, we'll be looking into that in depth next time on Return of the Obra Dinn. This is an interesting one for sure. Very much a puzzle all about just discovering the fates of a ship. Considering we're starting with the end and working backwards, I kind of like that. Right now, what I'm most interested in is what is it that goes and happens between the Kraken and what happens with the captain? I suppose we'll find out soon enough. Until then, thank you all so much for watching. Goodbye.